Hello all. So if you're watching this video means you already received email from the school with your child's unique mail ID created on the school domain, password and some more details. So the information might look similar to this. There will be a child's name, his mail ID created on a school domain, password and some more information like URL for login and other things. So in this small video I'll demonstrate how to get started with this mail ID and few tips for you. So the first thing is to open your browser, any browser that you are using currently. Like I'm using Chrome, so I'll open the Chrome browser. Go to the URL which is mentioned in the email. For example, here it's mentioned email.arnoldcentralschool.org. So if you go with this URL, you will see a little difference in the login box. So it's already pre-filled with the domain part. So what you have to do is just find out the username part from your email. Like for here it's Anshul Kope, and just enter the initial part. Remember, you don't have to enter the complete mail ID over here, just enter the username part. Rest of the part is already pre-filled over here. Just click the next button, then it will ask you for the password. Enter the password which is provided along with the email. Now this might be different for few people's. Generally it should ask for creating a new password. For some people it might directly take you to the inbox, so we'll see what happens. First it will be a disclaimer and some notice which you have to accept, so we'll just accept this agreement. Now it will ask you to create new password, so I'll just enter something. So you can enter a password which you should remember. So once this is done, you are into your inbox. It will just tell you about some new features. You can just click over here. Now the inbox is very simple. It's very much like your normal Gmail inbox. If many people already know about or familiar with the Gmail, they will find it simple to use. If you want to configure anything, you can just configure from here and configure the look of the inbox. Now if initially it doesn't ask to create new password, then I'll advise everyone to click over this right hand side top corner SACS email button and just go to manage your account. Go into security and in sign in into Google section there is a password section where you can click on the password button. It will again ask you to enter the same password, which if in case you have not changed, it will be the same that came into the email. So just go over here and then you can enter your next new password. So this you have to only do if initially it doesn't ask you to change the password. If you already changed the password, you don't need to perform this step. So I'll just change the password again. Once the password is changed, I'm back into my mailbox. We can go over here. So now I'll not go into the details of the mailbox. This is how you can get started. Here you have at the left hand side you have a chat box where you can connect with your teachers. That's it for the mail part. Now there are some important points to be noted for this new email system. So I'll just go through some of the benefits of these new emails. The first thing is that most important and first thing is that email will solve the content delivery issue that's faced by many teachers and parents. Most of the documents sent by the teachers are parents are not able to open, or they're not able to see the meeting events in the calendars. So that will be solved because teacher and parent will be in the same domain. Parents will get all the notifications in one place and one mail ID. It will not be jumbled with the personal IDs of the parents or company IDs of the parent. So that will help lot of issues. Most of these emails can be easily managed by the students itself. The students are even above 6 standard, and for others like student below 6 standard, parents can manage their mail IDs. Just another inbox for your student. Now, another thing is student identification for teachers becomes very easy in Google Classroom. Student can find out who is the exact student, what's the name of the student, and communication can be directly go to the student. Now it becomes very difficult for the teachers to identify a student because parents are logged in into the Google Classroom. Even it becomes difficult if someone outsider enters into the Google Classroom. It's become very difficult to identify. Now another thing is managing people in Google Classroom and even in Google Meet becomes very transparent. Teachers can see their names. Also, when student enters into the Google Meet, it becomes very easy because most of the time the student get directly added. There is no accept or something like that. If the student joins the Google Meet, they will be directly entered into the Google Meet. There is no wait time or something like that. If the teacher is there, student will be directly admitted into the Google Meet. That's one of the most important thing. Necessary and better way for long-term student teacher communication. That's very good because all the information from the teacher will directly go to the student. Even student can directly interact through this email with the teachers. Even there are chat options provided where student can directly chat inside the email itself with the teacher. Student gets many benefits along apart from the school related stuffs. To have a school mail ID at the school domain comes with many benefits for the student. Many competitions are arranged all over the world which require school mail IDs to get the benefit of those competitions. So NASA and many other organizations arranges competition where there might be a need of school mail IDs. So these mail IDs will definitely help student to participate in those events. Also, student can get many educational softwares or CAD software or well-known softwares free of cost with the school mail IDs. So there are many companies, most of the well-known companies are offering their softwares free of cost to use for the student educational purpose. So they have a special license called educational license. For example, all these facilities that we are using are offered by the Google under G Suite. So all the emails, Google Meet, Google Class, Google Calendar, and all these tools which are used by the teachers and now it will be used by the students also are professional tools offered by the Google as a Google education product. It's called G Suite, under which all these products are offered by the Google. So similarly, there are some other companies like Adobe, Autodesk, and Unity 3D. These companies provide their professional softwares as an educational license, which can be accessed by teachers also and can be accessed by the student also if they have school mail ID. Another thing we have to remember is that these email IDs is one of the system which will be used by the school for rest of the time for all the student when they start from nursery to 10th standard. So this will be a single point of contact for the student if the teachers or school wants to communicate with the student, and even for student also this will be an official way to connect with the school. So the next thing is what to do next. So next thing is we have to migrate from now we have parents mail ID inside the Google Classroom. So the first step will be, next step will be after this is once every parent is assigned with these mail IDs. So this is a step-by-step process. We'll go class wise. All of these mail IDs will be sent to all the parents step by step class wise. We'll make sure each and every parent receives this mail ID, and after all of the parent from a particular class and section has all the mail IDs, we'll migrate that entire class to the Google Classroom. Now we already have a Google Classroom and there are parents inside the Google Classroom. So instead of the parents email IDs will be removed and student mail IDs will be put. So all the communication and everything will remain in place. Nothing will miss or nothing will be removed from the Google Classroom. So all the assignments which been assigned by the teachers, all the material which is inside the classroom will remain, and it can only be accessed with the student mail ID henceforward. So we'll make sure first everyone has a mail ID and then only these mail IDs will be added to the Google Classroom. So only in that case the parent's mail ID will be removed. Even after this, there is a facility to add parent ID into Google Classroom as a guardian mail, so that any communication that is going to the student will be sent as a summary, day summary or week summary, to the parent. So parent won't get many mails, they will just get a summary. This was all about getting started with the emails. Now there are a few tips for the parents who are already using the email system and they know about their existing emails that they are using. So most of the time there is a problem if you're using already your personal email. Even if you will be using a student email, and if you open any link that is being sent to the student or any document, if you try to open it, it will open with the default account which is set on your Google Chrome. So if you're using Google Chrome or similar browser, you have set this default account which is set over here, which will create a problem, and it will won't allow you to open that document because it opened with the default account. So to avoid this, you can just go into a button over here where it shows your default account in the Chrome. Go at the bottom where it is mentioned people and click on add. Now this will allow you to create a unique shortcut for your child. So for example, I'll just enter a name of child over here, select anything from here, and make sure you check this checkbox which says create a desktop shortcut for this user. Just click on add. Now this will open a completely new Chrome window, a fresh window, wherein you can just get started by the new mail ID. So now you already received the mail ID, so just you can skip this and continue. So now it will ask you to log in. Now this is a login for default account for this particular Chrome window. So I'll just enter the details. Now remember, I'm logging into normal Gmail. So at this time, I will have to use the entire mail ID. Go ahead. Now you can see the default mail account set over here. So you can just link the data over here so that all the data will be synced, and this will be a new profile for this Chrome. So now you can just turn on the sync. And now if you open Gmail, it will open by default over here. So you can always ask your child. So you can see this shortcut is created for the student over here. So every time he wants to see all his classes, he can just go over here and open a new tab, and all his like he can bookmark all his URLs over here. So these URLs can be saved over here, and this can be launched from here. So this is a unique space child. So with this, we have come to an end of this small tutorial. We have provided some feedback link inside the email. We request you to provide the feedback regarding this email usage. If you are facing any issue, you can provide this feedback over this form. So thank you very much.